Amberlynn, we got Aaron and Ashton. It's the AJ Show. It's the AJ Show.
Love the AJs.
What is up, guys? Take a look at my pumpkin that I created. I got this idea from Pinterest and I thought it was super, super cute. And so I recreated it. I also did this Dollar Tree DIY where I took these pumpkins and just revamped them, and I think they look absolutely gorgeous. If you guys want to see how I did these projects, please keep watching. What you're going to be needing is 4 pumpkins, which I bought from the Dollar Tree. You'll need some paint brushes, which you also can get at the Dollar Tree. You'll need some twine from the Dollar Tree, and you'll also need the paint that you decide to use. These are the colors that I chose to use, but you can get whatever color works for you. You want to make sure that you do get a white because you do want to paint all of your pumpkins white first. If you want to add glitter, you will need some glitter and some Mod Podge, which you can also get at the Dollar Tree. I have my plate and cup here, which is going to be where I put my paint. I am going to be using this old pillowcase. And then over here, this is a separate project. It's not Dollar Tree. It's just something that I wanted to do that I saw on Pinterest, which you need your big pumpkin ribbon and your stencils that you want to use. So yeah, let's get started. All right, y'all, so first thing you want to do is pull out all the tabs, and you also want to pull out that green stem, which I didn't do, but y'all, please do that. Pull that green stem out because we're going to replace that stem, and you want to make sure it's covered. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint all of the pumpkins white. And so we're going to paint all the pumpkins white. That is going to be the base of the pumpkin. That way all of the colors that you chose will pop, because if you put it right onto the orange, the color will not pop. Okay, guys? So make sure you paint your pumpkin white first. And I say to start at the bottom of the pumpkin because that is going to be the part that sits on the ground while it's drying. And if you paint the bottom of the pumpkin first, it will dry first. So I think that's something that you guys might want to do first. All right, guys, so here is one completed pumpkin covered in white paint. As you can see, you can still see the orange through there, so we are gonna have to go on top with the second coat, but we're just gonna move on to the next pumpkin and just paint all the pumpkins white. So now that all of my pumpkins have its first coat of paint on there, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to my next project, which is not Dollar Tree inspired. It's just something I saw on Pinterest that I wanted to do as well. So I'm gonna get my big pumpkin over here, y'all, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I'm going to paint this pumpkin white. right, y'all, so this first coat is just about done, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move back and work on those little pumpkins again and do a second coat of white paint on all of the smaller pumpkins. As you can see, it is more white now. It looks really, really good. And this way, when I put my color on top, it's gonna pop. So I'm just gonna set that to the side and go back to my big pumpkin and do another layer of white paint onto the big pumpkin. So this is the second coat of white paint. So now that the second coat of white paint is done, I am going to let everything dry. And while everything's drying, I'm gonna work on my ribbon, which is gonna go on my big pumpkin. So this ribbon, the way I'm gonna do this, if you have two different ribbons would be perfect. I didn't, I only had one color. So I just pulled out a bunch of ribbon and cut it in half so that I have two pieces. And then I just lined up the ribbon together and then made loops. And you can make as many loops as you want. Make sure you're holding the bottom of the loops together so that they're not coming apart. But you can make as many loops as you want. Once you make all of your loops, you take a pipe cleaner and you put it around the back and you twist it really tight so that they don't come apart at the bottom. And then once you twist it really tight, you just go ahead and cut off that excess ribbon off the bottom, leaving just a few pieces so that you can have a little tail if you want. But if you don't want it, you can just cut it off all the way. Once you cut that off, you just open up your ribbon. You can make it as big as you want. You can move some to the left, some to the right. But you're basically just opening up those ribbons, separating them. And that's basically it. And once my pumpkin is done, it's gonna go on my pumpkin, look something like this. All right, y'all, so everything is pretty much dry. I'm gonna go in with my colors now for my little pumpkin. As you can see, I've already done two of them. And this is just the first coat. I'm using different colors of blue, but you're just gonna paint it just like you did the white. You're just gonna paint all over them. And remember to move those green stems if you haven't done so already. I didn't, and I had to go back and paint those again. So once I repaint all of my little pumpkins, I'm ready to go ahead with my big pumpkin project. All right, so please make sure your big pumpkin is dry all the way. I didn't, and yeah, you're gonna see what happens. But put your stencil on there. I got the stencils from Hobby Lobby. And then the pumpkin is round, so it is gonna be kind of bumpy. So you kind of wanna just press on the stencil wherever you're drawing and coloring in at, because it's kind of round and bumpy, so it may be kind of round and bumpy around the edges. But once you get it done, we are gonna go back in and just fill it in. So this is just basically giving you an outline for people who don't really know how to draw. And then you'll just go back in and fill it in. All right, y'all, so when you finish, you pull the stencil off, and as you can see, my pumpkin was not dry, so it did peel, some of the white off, but we're gonna go back and fix that later on. It's not a big deal. But as you can see, I'm filling in the black because it does look kind of thin. It's not straight. So just go in with your black and just fill it in. I'm ready for the side stencil, which I also got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use this maroon color and just fill it in. And like I said, it's just a base. And then you'll have to go back in and fill it in and make it look nice. So it is a pumpkin, so it is round and bumpy. So you do want to have to press around the edges and fill it in really good. All right, so as you can see, I'm just taking my white and just fixing up around the edges of my J. Because I messed it up, y'all. I messed it up, but it's all good. I'm fixing it. And it's coming out cute. So just fill it in wherever the paint comes up, if it comes up. And you'll be good. Alright y'all, so I decided to go ahead and paint the stem, and I just painted the stem maroon. You don't have to paint the stem, it's just something that I wanted to do. It's going to stick out very little, so you don't really have to, but I just decided to paint it. And then I'm going to let it dry. Alright y'all, so if you want to add glitter, this is an optional step. I got some Mod Podge that I already had, but they do sell it at Dollar Tree. And just paint it on the top. And then you're gonna sprinkle your glitter on there. And then bounce the extra off. And there you go. You got a glitter pumpkin. Isn't it so cute? Alright, y'all. It's time to make these stems. Okay, so I was just being creative in my head and made this up. And it actually worked. So what I did is I took a piece of foil. I rolled it up. I shaped the foil. You can make it whatever shape you want. If you want it to be a curled stem, you can make it a curled stem. And then I took the toothpick that they use to put the green stem in, and I stuck it at the bottom of the foil. You can also use a skewer, which I also had as well. And I put it in the base as well so that it'll be a bit stronger. And then I took my twine and I'm wrapping it around using my hot glue gun to secure it. When I get to the end, I just cut it off and place it on the end using my scissors because that glue is hot right there at the end. And then I grab another piece to cover the edges, place it on with my scissors, and then wrap going back down. And then you're gonna hot glue once you get to the end to seal it off. Pretty simple, right? All right, so once that's done, you just pop it on back into your pumpkin and you got a cute pumpkin. Yes. Yes. Okay, y'all, so I needed a little bit more bling on my pumpkin, so I took one that I already completed and went back in and did some little stripes on there. I used my Mod Podge and I sprinkled my little glitter everywhere, and voila, I have 2 glitter pumpkins. All right, so this is dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my bow on there, y'all. Look at that bow. I did that. It's so cute, y'all. Put this bow on there. My pipe cleaner was a little bit too short because my pumpkin's kind of thick, so I just added another pipe cleaner on there and then placed it back on there and wrapped it around. And there we go. There goes my pumpkin, y'all. This is where I placed it. I placed it outside of my front door. It looks really, really cute. I put it next to my plant and my howdy sign that I have at the front door. And I think it looks gorgeous. gorgeous. And then for the other pumpkins, I got this garland from Hobby Lobby and I placed it, it's like in the hallway when you walk in on this glass dresser. It looks so pretty, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to see more cool videos.